All right, everybody, this is going to be your SummerSlam Part 2 match card update. So we have an update on SummerSlam. We have now 8 total matches on the card. Obviously, after Monday, I did a update after Monday. You already knew that after Monday we had Cody Rhodes versus John Cena for the WWE Heavyweight Championship. We had because obviously CM Punk won a gauntlet match. We have CM Punk versus Gunther for the WWE World Heavyweight title. We also had, because Jade Cargill and Cody both won Queen of the Ring, so they get title shots. We also have, for the women, we had the 2 major titles on the line so far. We have Jade Cargill, who won the Queen of the Ring, going up against Tiffany Stratton for the WWE Championship. We now have a triple threat for the women's world title. Obviously, we know from Evolution that Naomi cashed in on that 5-star class match between Rhea and Io. But we now know we're going to have, for the WWE women's world title, we have Io versus Rhea versus Naomi for the WWE women's world title. We have, for the WWE women's intercontinental title, we have Becky Lynch, versus Lyra, who won a 2 out of 3 falls match against Bayley this past Monday. So we have Becky Lynch, the Intercontinental Champion, going up against Lyra for the Women's Intercontinental title. So yeah, we have Becky Lynch versus Lyra for the Women's Intercontinental title. We already knew that it was confirmed like the SmackDown before Saturday Night's main event it was basically confirmed at Saturday Night's main event that we will now have Jelly Roll teaming up with Randy Orton to take on the team of Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. And then we got 2 more matches added on SmackDown this past Friday. We have, for the women's tag team titles, we have the women's tag team championships. We have the women's tag team champions Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez, who's stepping in for injured Liv Morgan, who we know got injured, last month in June, like the end of May, first part of June. She'll be out, they said, 4 to 5 months, somewhere around there. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if she shows up at SummerSlam, but we're looking at more probably October before Liv's back. So, Roxanne stepped in there. Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez will defend the women's tag team titles against challengers, which I was hoping this would happen. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. I'm hoping that Charlotte and Alexi pull off the win here. The other match that was added was for the WWE United States Championship. For the men's United States Championship, we're getting the United States Champion Solo Sikoa. We're getting Solo defending the United States title versus Jacob Fatu in a steel cage match at SummerSlam. So them are your 8 matches that we have for now. I'm expecting, since it's 2 nights, I'll probably do something similar to WrestleMania. Like WrestleMania the first couple years had around 12 to 13 matches. Now, I know in 2024, WrestleMania had 7 matches on night 1 and 6 on night 2. This year, WrestleMania had 7 on night 1, 7 on night 2. I think SummerSlam is going to do something similar. I think they'll have between 12 and 13 matches total. So I think we'll get a couple, 3 more matches added, because we got 2 Raws and 2 SmackDowns before SummerSlam. We got Raw this week, SmackDown this week, the Go Home Raw next week, and the Go Home SmackDown next week. So I think I won't be surprised if we get 14. I'm going to say we get about 12, at least a minimum of 12, 6 on each night. I think we'll probably get Julia defending the women's U.S. title, because if the men's U.S. If we get the U.S. men's title, since we got the U.S. men's title, I can see the U.S. women's title getting defended. I don't know who Julia will defend against, but I'm sure she'll defend against someone. I think we're going to get AJ Styles and Dominic Mysterio for the men's Intercontinental title, since the women's Intercontinental title line. I think we're going to get probably either Roman in a singles match versus Braun Breaker, and Jay versus Bronson Reed, or a tag match of Roman and Jay versus Bronson and Braun. So them are just some matches I think that get added. Like, obviously Roman. I think Bronson and Braun and Roman and Jay in some form will be a tag team match or 2 solo matches there. Obviously, women's U.S. title match. So yeah, I think we could possibly get maybe Jimmy Uso in a match versus one of the Souls, My Family Tree faction members. We could get, let's see, trying to think of some other matches we could have. I think we're going to possibly get maybe, I'm going to go on the record and say, I don't know who we get from SmackDown. I know Raw. I think matches from Raw we're going to get added are obviously going to be Roman and Jay versus Bronson, Reed and Braun Breaker in some form, whether it's a tag or solo match. I think we're going to get, obviously, Dominic and AJ. SmackDown, I can see Julia defend the U.S. title versus Zelina or somebody like that. Oh, another match I think we might get is Aleister Black versus Damian Priest. But we'll see what plays out here. But that's your update, part 2 on the match card so far. Keep updated. I'll keep you guys updated. But yeah, y'all have a nice night.